Well, good morning and welcome back to CityLine. It's great to be in your home. We are live every Thursday morning, and this morning is a cloudy, kind of chilly fall, September 20th. And we do have a great hour ahead of us. Later on, we'll be talking with the folks who are here to describe and to let you know about shared housing possibilities here in Tacoma. And the Tacoma Area Literacy Council, known as TALC, is here to talk about their reading program and how you can volunteer. And then South Sound Heart and Stroke Walk, it's that time of year again. So we're going to talk about the walk and also about cholesterol and what you need to know about your numbers to keep yourself healthy. And then with me right now, I have one of my favorite musical playhouses, and that of course would be Tacoma Musical Playhouse. I have the privilege of having them on, gosh, probably about once a quarter, if not once a month, and they're here today to talk about their upcoming main stage production. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Jon Douglas Rake. You are still managing to be the artistic director, as we say.
Still trying. Yep.
You're still trying at Tacoma Musical Playhouse. Welcome back, my
Thank
dear.
you.
You brought with you this cherub with you. Mr. Howie Howard, you are an actor in Disney's Newsies, which is now the main stage production for Tacoma Musical Playhouse. Welcome, Mr. Howie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so is Howie Howard your real name?
I go by Howie, but my real name is actually Calvin.
Calvin. Okay, so Calvin Howard. Calvin Howard's a good name, but I think for now we're going to call you Howie. How's that? Okay, that work for you? Okay, good. So, Mr. Jon, oh my gosh, this marks the 2018-19 marks the 25th anniversary season.
Right.
And Disney's Newsies opened up your season. How did you decide, out of everything that you have done, this was going to be the first production?
Well, it actually is one of my favorite shows that I saw on Broadway. One of the most recent shows that I saw on Broadway. And I thought, when the opportunity comes up, we are not going to miss the opportunity to present this show. And I had actually chosen another show that I was going to open the season with, but when this one became available, I changed my mind.
Which you are allowed to.
I am.
You are allowed to. So for the few people who don't know Newsies, can you describe what this show is about?
Sure. It's based on a real story, actually. In 1899, the newspaper boys of New York went on strike because the newspapers were upping their cost of their papers over and over, and they were having to sell more papers to survive. Most of these boys didn't get to go to school because they had to sell the papers just to make a living. Well, there was an uprising. They got together and they had an actual strike, and they stopped the newspapers. So Disney had created a movie first, and then decided to make it into a live stage version of this story.
Wow! And did they get an increase in pay? Did they get all the things they were asking for?
No, but they learned to compromise.
Yeah, they did.
So
that's kind of just, art imitates life.
Oh, and the funny thing is that it's going on, the same time with all the teacher strikes and all of that stuff. So it was like, it couldn't be better.
Oh yeah, people were looking at you going, Jon, where's the crystal ball?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Howie, since this is the first time I get to meet you, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
So I've been in 16 productions, and this is only my second main stage show. And I just turned 10 on Monday, and I'm a fourth grader at Idlewild Elementary.
Wow. And incredibly well spoken. Do you have siblings?
I have a sister,
Younger?
but she doesn't live with me.
Okay. Younger or older?
Older.
So you're kind of like an only child.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm getting that only child vibe because I have a daughter, and she at the age of 10 spoke like a 30-year-old as well. So this is why I kind of think you're an only child. So, okay, so let's talk about, in the show, do you have a favorite moment?
Well, I like all of them, but my favorite part is when I get thrown out of Pulitzer's office, because that's really fun to do.
Will you do it for us?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can look into that camera right there.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're ready, go ahead.
You can tell Pulitzer that a few days into this strike, he's going to be begging for an appointment to see me. You got that? He got it.
Okay, your timing is impeccable. And I'm sure you bring the house down with that one, doesn't he, John?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
The audience loves it.
I love that. How many other 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, or 8-year-olds, or 11-year-olds are in this production?
None.
None?
None.
You are
the only one.
You're the only child in this production.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, lucky you. How many kids auditioned, John?
We probably had about 40 auditions.
Oh my gosh. Howie, I mean, extra congratulations for that. Because that is, you really beat the odds on that one.
Yeah.
So where were you when you got the phone call? Or did you go check a list, Howie?
Well,
I think I told Mom first.
You told Mom first. You asked
Yeah.
Mom it was okay.
Yeah.
And then did Mom tell you or did John tell you?
well, it was the last performance of Beauty and the Beast, and we were taking the whole cast photo. And then after we took the photos, John told me in front of the whole cast that I was going to be able to play Les in Newsies.
And did everybody cheer and clap and
Yeah.
just, hold you up on their shoulders and it was just a big party?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. So tell me about working with this cast. What are they like? What are those performers like?
Well, it was fun working with Jake and Colin and Deanna because they were all my teachers at Camp TMP.
Oh,
And it was fun working with other performers I've seen in other main stage productions.
I bet. So you brought up Camp TMP, and you certainly, I think, have a history of acting in Camp TMP. Otherwise, Mr. John would not have trusted you with this role. So what's that been like for you?
Well, I've been in 14.
Wow.
14 camp productions. My first one being Alice in Wonderland in 2016, I believe. And I played the King of Hearts. And my favorite one was Seussical, and I got to play Horton.
Oh, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. So how old were you when you started Camp TMP? Do you remember?
Let's see. I'm 10 now, and it's 2018.
Right?
So I was about 7.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Good, you got good math skills. There you go. All right, I like that. So this is a question for both of you, and I'm going to have Howie answer it first. What are you most excited for people to see when they come to see Newsies?
Me.
Well, there we go. Because you should always vote for yourself.
But I also am really excited for them to see all the amazing dancing and look at all the performers sing all the amazing songs.
I love that. What about you, John?
The dancing.
It's the dancing.
And the energy and the talent of these young performers. We have a young performer that's 15 years old, and then it goes up from there. And even the 15-year-old who, he's an incredible dancer. Just, I hope he keeps studying because he's got a lot of potential. And the energy that comes off that stage is,
I bet.
it's just overwhelming sometimes. It's amazing.
Oh, it must have been to impress you to have you make this your opener, because that's a coveted spot regardless
Right.
of what season you are celebrating, but the 25th season is a biggie.
Right.
And Newsies is not very well known, at least on this coast, so you obviously knew what you were doing.
Right?
Yeah, you did. So, John, holiday season, you always have something really fabulous coming up, so spill it. What is it?
We are going to do Irving Berlin's White Christmas.
Oh, yes! Of course, because I love the Sisters song.
Oh, yeah. And we just cast it, and it's a really great cast. So I'm very excited. And I actually have a guest director directing it this show.
Are you going to tell us who it is?
His name is Harry Turpin, and he had played our Bert in our Mary Poppins, and he's been directing up and choreographing up in Seattle for a few years, and he's very talented, and I'm just very excited for him to do this show.
Okay, so you have to promise me that you'll have the sisters on CityLine.
Okay.
We got to have the red dress with all the trim.
Okay.
And they have to sing sisters, or they have to bring the fans.
Okay. We'll do that.
White Christmas is one of my favorite movies. I mean, I watch it year around.
Right.
It's just, it's
timeless.
timeless. It is. All right, so let's talk about the remainder of the season, because this is definitely a season that you want to have every program from. And if you can, sneak backstage and get some people to sign it, because 25 only happens once in a while.
Right.
Once.
Well, right after that, we have music of Andrew Lloyd Webber, and this is a special show that we put together that Andrew Lloyd Webber allowed us to do. So we're very excited about that. Then we're having the Drowsy Chaperone, which was we've done once before, and it's hilarious, wonderful music, and most of the original cast is coming back to be in that. So, and then we have the Full Monty, which is based on the movie The Full Monty, and they do the Full Monty. And then we're very excited. Our summer production is Mamma Mia.
Oh, so timely.
Right.
Because, of course, Mamma Mia 2 has just come out.
Right, exactly.
I love that. And I love the graphics you have up there. They have the actual dates on them. Those are handy. So big question here, and I almost think that we should have had Jeff here with you also, your partner in crime and partner in life. How do you think time has shaped TMP?
I think it's pretty amazing of where we are. We never thought that 25 years when we first started that we would be where we are, as successful as we are, as big as we are, and the type of shows that we're doing are far beyond what we thought we would have the capability of doing. And we love our volunteer base, we love our patron base. They're so supportive, and it's just wonderful that Tacoma has embraced all of this.
Yeah, it is truly amazing. I mean, what you have done. So in another 25 years, what will TMP look like?
I hope much, much, much bigger. And I hope that it continues to grow. I think that there's going to be another theater involved. I'm not going to be around. I'm going to be retired on the beaches of Mexico or something.
There we go.
But I think, I think there's a very good chance that it will continue to grow and be as successful as it is. And
I hope so. I hope so. It is.
Me too.
It has been the bar by which others are measured. So it better not go away. Thank you both for being here today. You, my dear, continue to shine as bright as you do and break a leg. And congratulations to you and Jeff and to all of your volunteers and board members for this 25 years of excellence, because you always deliver. So thank you so much, Jon.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. When we come back after a little bit of musical chairs, South Sound Heart and Stroke Walk will be here with some new numbers about your cholesterol. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.